Israel Adesanya and Jared Cannonier are going to lock horns in the upcoming big bout at UFC 276. With only 4 days to go before the big fight takes place, it has been the talk of the town. The word on the street today is Adesanya vs Jared for the last Stylebender's title. Adesanya has been training hard to prepare himself against a very legitimate challenger. Let's see what's been going on. Israel Adesanya and his fellow City Kickboxing teammate Dan Hooker share a great friendship, and as a result, they've always supported each other during fights outside the octagon. Moreover, both the athletes have spoken highly about each other on numerous occasions. Reigning middleweight champion Israel Adesanya is not afraid to get walloped in training camp if it helps make him a more resilient fighter when it counts. The champion posted a video titled Frenemies on his YouTube channel that featured the Hangman. This video depicts the intense sparring sessions between the two fighters and also illustrates their incredible bond. However, what caught the eyes of the audience was Izzy's brutal training session with Hooker. Fans could witness this crazy side of the lightweight fighter during practice. The middleweight champion called this experience humbling. While speaking to Joe Rogan in the podcast, he commented, "But I tell you what humble is when I had Dan Hooker on my face." Thereafter, their entire ground and pound session is shown in the video. After the training session, Israel Adesanya called Dan Hooker the psychopath of the gym after getting wickedly beaten up on the ground. The middleweight champion stated that it's always good to have a psychopath. There, look at him. Psychopath. Absolute psychopath. He put it on today. He made me step up. Everyone made me step up. But fucking Dan. Later in the clip, Israel Adesanya and Dan Hooker were getting hyped up while celebrating each other's victories in the past. Therefore, the title of the video is apt because they're close friends outside the cage who celebrate each other's successes but turn into enemies during sparring sessions. How has Adesanya been working on his takedowns? After Israel Adesanya suffered his first loss in the promotion and MMA altogether against light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz, the entire narrative about the rematch against Marvin Vettori was, would Adesanya be able to defend the Italian's takedowns? Moreover, experts were quick to comment that Jan Blachowicz has given a blueprint to the middleweight division to defeat the last Stylebender. However, Israel proved his doubters wrong as he comfortably won all rounds of the fight. Moreover, he was able to defend 10 takedowns out of the 14 attempts by Marvin Vettori. Even though Vettori managed to land 4 takedowns, Adesanya did not face any difficulties as he was skilled enough to avoid any significant strikes and would easily switch positions and stand up. While talking about his game plan against Jared, Adesanya said during the UFC Vegas 57 post-fight show, "Everyone's saying, what's the game plan? How are you going to beat Jared?" I'm like, look, I'm going to fuck him up. That's the main thing. I'm going to fuck him up, and I'm saying that because I want that. I want people to be like, let's see, because I know what I'm doing. Adesanya, 22-1, is 11-0 in the middleweight division, having recently outpointed former champion Robert Whittaker at UFC 271 in Houston. The only blemish on the last Stylebender's record is a light heavyweight decision loss to Jan Blachowicz at UFC 259 in early 2021. As for the hot and cold Hooker, 21-12, he's coming off back-to-back losses to Islam Makhachev and Arnold Allen. Adesanya has been training his ass off, and he seems to be in a destructive mood during his training sessions, as in one other video we saw how he was about to knock out his coach. His coach joked that he had a near-death experience after the fighter came inches away from kicking him in the head during training. Carl Van Roon, who runs the Van Roon Martial Arts Gym in Auckland, has been working with the UFC middleweight champion ahead of his next world title defense against Jared Cannonier. And in a moment caught on video during a drill, Adesanya comes dangerously close to landing what would have been a brutal head kick from behind. Adesanya is one of the heaviest hitters and more impressive strikers in MMA, and has knocked out 3 opponents in his cage career with kicks. But he almost added his coach when his foot whizzed by the Kiwi and barely missed his head. In the footage, which Van Roon posted to his gym's Instagram page, Adesanya can be seen throwing the kick while mimicking his trainer's moves, before saying "my bad" after almost dropping him out. The UFC star looks terrified and apologizes profusely. Before Van Roon jokes, "I almost got knocked out," and the pair touch gloves. Van Roon tagged the post, "Stylebender," Adesanya's nickname, "almost knocks me out. It's always fun training with this guy." While talking about his experience as a champ and whether he's going to win against Jared, Adesanya said, "The belt is quite heavy. I actually don't know where it is right now. I'm not attached to that thing at all. I know who the fuck I am. I've been a champ before the belt. It's heavy. It doesn't need to be that heavy, but I think they made it heavy for the emphasis. So you know you're holding something like, whoa, this is something of substance. It's a cool belt, I like it. Let's see if he manages to hold on to the belt this time as he defends his title against Jared Cannonier. Where do you guys stand on this? Is it going to be an easy fight for Adesanya, or can Jared surprise everyone? Do leave your opinion in the comments section and stay tuned for more.